We've all looked up at the moon, right? It's always been this familiar, constant thing in our sky. But what if it's been hiding some massive secrets? Well, today we're diving into a source that claims exactly that.
So right off the bat, here's the claim at the very core of what we're looking at today. It's this idea that there's a story of concealment, that what we've all been told is just a tiny piece of the puzzle. So before we dive into these so-called hidden truths, let's just quickly go over what we think we know, the official story.
Okay, so to really get what these claims are about, we need a starting point, right? Let's talk about the version of the moon that we've all been shown for decades now.
You know the one I'm talking about. This idea of magnificent desolation. It's this silent, gray, dusty world, just craters and rocks. Beautiful for sure, but totally empty. That's the picture that's been painted for us since the very beginning, since the first astronauts landed.
But here's where things get interesting. This is the big pivot. The source we're looking at today asks us to seriously question that picture, to look past all that gray dust and just ask, what if that's not the whole story?
So where does a theory like this even start? Well, according to this source, it all begins with stuff that's actually on the moon's surface, things they're calling anomalies, things that just don't quite fit with the official story we've been told.
And this is a huge deal. The core allegation here is that we're not just talking about some weirdly shaped rocks. No, the source is pointing to formations that it says look, well, engineered, artificial. This is like the first major piece of the puzzle they're laying out for us.
And this really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? Are we just looking at tricks of light and shadow? Or is it something more deliberate, like the source is suggesting? That single question changes how you look at every single picture from the moon. And hey, if these things are real, that leads to an even bigger, more troubling question.
Because now the claim gets even bigger. It goes beyond just strange structures and starts talking about an active, intentional cover-up. The source basically argues that what we haven't been shown is just as important, maybe even more important than what we have.
Right, so the key takeaway here is that these structures aren't the whole story. They're presented as just one piece of a much larger puzzle, a much larger alleged cover-up. And the source actually points to a few specific areas where it claims information was deliberately kept from us.
Okay, so it really boils down to three big areas of mystery. First, you've got the strange structures we just talked about, things that supposedly can't be explained by just, geology. Then there are the hidden objects. This takes it up a notch, suggesting that actual items, maybe even non-terrestrial craft, were found and then hushed up. And finally, the big one, lost missions. This is the explosive idea that the history of our trips to the moon, well, it's not the complete story we've been told.
So when you put all that together, what you're left with are two totally different stories about the moon, right? They're in direct conflict. So let's actually put them side by side and see what that looks like.
And this really lays it all out, doesn't it? On one hand, you have the official story, an open book, a transparent exploration of a dead world. But on the other hand, you've got these claims of weird structures, hidden discoveries, even a secret history of missions. I mean, that's a huge difference, and it really makes you wonder what we actually know about the moon.
And this line, which comes straight from the source material, is meant to be a final, kind of tantalizing thought. It's this idea that the answers aren't locked away in some top-secret vault somewhere. Maybe they're hiding right in front of us, just waiting for someone to put the pieces together.
And at the end of the day, that is the ultimate question this whole thing leaves you with. It forces you to reframe the entire history of going to the moon, not just as a story of what we found, but as a story of what might have been hidden. So yeah, the next time you look up at that big, bright moon in the sky, just think about it for a second. What, if anything, were we never meant to see?